Let me say this loud and clear. I don't know of a single place in the New Testament where church attendance is measured, where the number one thing you've got to do, and this is not what I'm saying, but you might imagine this from what you hear some people say, the number one thing God wants for you to do is get to church. You need to attend church services, organize meetings in a special building or under a tree or whatever, but that is the number one thing you've got to do. You got to have your fanny in the chair, on the ground, wherever, and you have got to go to a church service. And the more you do, the better off you are. I respectfully disagree with that. The one verse that people will usually go to is Hebrews 10:25 that says not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together. I totally agree. That means that some had gotten into the habit, in that same verse and surrounding verses, had gotten into the habit of just not getting together with other believers to fellowship and pray and sing and let the gifts of the Spirit move and all of that. They'd become lone rangers. They'd just like, I'm good, I'm fine. I don't really want to do all that. People are messy and whatever. The point, again, what the verse does say, what the Bible does say. Always go back to that. What the Bible does say. Forget everything else. Do not forsake assembling together. Do not forsake coming together. It doesn't say come together once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. What if you attend a church that has meetings 9 times a week? Do you have to go to every one of those meetings? See, that is when it turns into a religion. Remember, we're talking about getting free of human-made religion. Human-made religion is about keeping score on others and yourself. And it results in measuring each other by activity and all this kind of stuff, which is about competing and all that. It's a mess. That is not what we're talking about here. That is not what this is about. To simply follow Jesus is simple, and it's about specifically following Jesus.